This is the story of a time when a 16-year-old boy lost his whole family. However, instead of giving up, he later joined the Russian army and became the youngest soldier in history. The film is based on true events, so the story begins, and we see a cheerful little boy named Seryozha. He is sitting happily, and nearby his mother is washing clothes by the river, while his brother is also there. He is chatting with his mom, when suddenly he notices a plane flying strangely. He feels like the plane will attack him, so he quickly uses his slingshot and throws a stone. The plane explodes, and right after that we realize this was just a dream. As soon as the dream ends, he wakes up and sits upright. Then someone knocks on the door. A woman walks in and feels very happy seeing him alive. The boy feels confused and cannot understand what is happening. Then the woman gently tells him that from now on he will stay with her like her own son, and she will be his mother. After that, she reveals that the war has taken his brothers and his mother. Still, she tells him not to be afraid because he is safe with her. However, soon, she spots German soldiers nearby and gets terrified. She understands they will not spare anyone, so she opens the window and tells the boy to run. He runs without stopping, and as he moves ahead, he sees the entire village burning in flames. Within moments, everything turns to ashes. The narrator reflects that humans have fought countless wars, and many lives were lost, while some wars are still unknown to people. After this, the boy keeps running through the forest all night and keeps wandering. By morning, he reaches a river and bends down to drink water. While doing that, he notices some soldiers speaking in a strange language. He does not understand them, so he gets scared and tries to run again. Then he spots German soldiers and hides under a tree. They start cooking food nearby while he stays silent. Suddenly, he notices a huge snake close to him and almost panics. Still, he stays still, hoping it will go away. Thankfully, the soldiers leave after some time, and he slowly comes out. He continues walking through the forest, but now he is weak and starving. He feels lost and does not know where to go. Hunger grows stronger, so when he sees some wild fruits, he starts eating them without thinking. Soon, strong winds begin blowing from all sides, and he becomes even more disturbed. His ears start ringing, and he loses direction. He feels like someone is chasing him. Out of fear, he picks up a large stick and shouts that he has a rifle and will shoot. But after walking a little more, he collapses unconscious. After some time, a few Russian soldiers find him and carry him to their camp. When he wakes up, he meets a kind soldier who introduces himself warmly and shakes his hand. Everyone feels sympathy for the brave boy, so they bring him food and water. He eats slowly because he is exhausted. Then a nurse arrives and starts treating his wounds. It hurts badly, so she distracts him with a small game to ease the pain. Even other injured soldiers smile at him, and slowly he begins feeling safe again. Now it becomes clear that the boy cannot stay here forever, and he will have to go to the city. Since he has no family, the officers decide that an orphanage will be the right place for him. However, the nurse feels deeply attached to him, so she goes to the commander and says that a child like him should not be sent away. She believes he deserves to stay with them. Still, the commander explains calmly that this battlefield is not a place for any child, and the orphanage will be safer. Even though she understands his logic, her heart still feels heavy. Meanwhile, the other soldiers keep visiting the boy again and again. They bring small gifts to cheer him up. Someone brings fruits, while another gives him binoculars, and slowly he starts feeling special among them. On the other side, the nurse grows restless, and she tells her friend that she cannot sleep because she fears she will never see him again once he leaves. Not only her, but many soldiers also feel upset, so they approach the commander and request him to let the boy stay. Yet he repeats that war zones are not made for children, and he cannot risk the boy's life. While this discussion continues, suddenly news arrives that German forces are attacking again. Chaos spreads, and everyone rushes back to their duties. Soon after, a man arrives to take the boy to the orphanage. Before he leaves, the commander calls him aside because he wants to speak one last time. He struggles to express his feelings and cannot openly say that sending him away hurts. Instead, he gives the boy a small wooden toy gun. The boy's face lights up with joy, and he hugs him tightly. Seeing this moment, the commander can no longer hide his emotions. He finally admits that he wants the boy to stay and even asks if he would like to become his son because he wishes to be his father. The boy happily agrees, and this decision fills everyone with warmth. The soldiers celebrate the news, and that night they secretly prepare a small military uniform for him. Soon morning arrives, and when the boy wakes up, he sees the commander standing before him with a bright smile. He hands him the uniform, and the boy feels overwhelmed with happiness because he always dreamed of becoming a soldier. So he quickly wears it and proudly walks around showing it to everyone. The soldiers cheer for him, and for a moment the camp feels alive with hope. However, peace does not last long because German planes suddenly attack again. Bombs begin falling from the sky, and panic spreads everywhere. The soldiers quickly hide the boy in a safe bunker while the battle rages outside. After some time, the attack ends, and silence slowly returns. The boy steps out and starts searching for the people he cares about. He looks for the commander and the nurse, but cannot find them at first. Still, instead of breaking down, he begins helping the wounded soldiers around him. During this time, one injured soldier hands him a letter and asks him to read it aloud because he cannot do it himself. The boy does not know how to read, yet he does not want to disappoint him. So he starts making up a story on the spot and tells it with confidence. Some soldiers notice, but they let him continue because his innocent storytelling brings comfort. One by one, more soldiers gather and listen quietly while he keeps narrating his made-up tales. It feels like the commander wants to confess his love, but he just cannot gather the courage. He keeps hesitating and stays quiet. Meanwhile, the boy wakes up and starts playing with him, and slowly, time passes like this. Then the next day, the boy tries shaving like a grown man, and when the soldiers see this, they burst into laughter. They start teasing him and ask if he is going on a date. The boy proudly replies that soldiers must always stay ready, and after saying this, he walks to the officer and asks if there is any work for him. The officer tells him that many letters have arrived, and someone needs to distribute them among the soldiers. The boy happily agrees and starts handing them out. The soldiers smile seeing his excitement, and he keeps moving around playfully. While playing, he looks through his binoculars and suddenly notices some suspicious figures hiding far away. So he quickly runs back and informs the soldiers. At first, they think he is joking. However, a few trust him and ask him to show the exact place. He leads them there, and it turns out enemy soldiers were hiding. They are captured, and even important information is found with them. When the commander hears this, he feels proud and realizes how brave the boy is. After some time, he calls him and shows him official papers and happily tells him that now he is legally his son. The boy feels overjoyed and wants to share the news with the nurse. He pulls the commander along, but when they reach nearby, they see a young man offering flowers to the nurse. The commander feels hurt and assumes she loves someone else. However, soon it is revealed that she rejected the proposal. Just as emotions settle, the battlefield becomes tense again, and fighting starts once more. The commander tries to send the boy away to a safer place, but the boy refuses and insists he wants to stay with everyone. Later, he is sent on a small task, and during that time, he notices a soldier struggling to contact headquarters because the phone line is dead. The boy realizes the wire must be broken, so he follows it through the field. After running for a while, he finds a wounded man who explains that the wire is cut, and if the ends are joined, the connection will return. Sadly, the man dies right after telling this. Even then, the boy does not stop, and he fixes the wires himself. Soon, the phone starts working again, and reinforcements are called, which helps end the battle. That night, he sits quietly under the stars with another soldier, and they begin talking about love. The boy asks what love really means, and the soldier explains that love feels like a sickness when you are away from the person you care about. Hearing this, the boy suddenly understands that the commander truly loves the nurse. So the next day, he runs to the nurse and tells her that the commander is very sick and could not sleep all night. Worried, she rushes to check on him while the boy quietly slips away, smiling at his little plan. The nurse wakes him up and starts checking on him with concern. She looks at him carefully and asks what happened to him. The commander looks confused and says he is completely fine, and asks who told her he was sick. She then says the boy told her. Right away, he understands the boy planned all this, and he cannot help smiling a little. Meanwhile, the nurse feels shy and tries to leave, but he gently follows her. At the same time, the boy is roaming around happily. He looks around and suddenly spots 2 strong dogs nearby. He gets curious and asks a soldier if he can ride them. The soldier allows it, so the boy climbs on, and the dogs start running fast. They rush straight toward the forest and do not slow down at all. Soon, the soldiers realize the area has hidden landmines, and the boy is heading into danger. One soldier quickly grabs a motorcycle and speeds after him. He finally stops the dogs just in time and saves the boy. Then he hugs him tightly in relief. Meanwhile, the commander gathers courage and walks toward the nurse. He tries to confess his love, but his shy nature holds him back. His words stumble, and he cannot say it clearly. However, the nurse already understands his feelings and quietly accepts them in her heart. Both of them share a silent understanding, though before he can speak properly, a soldier arrives with a letter. The commander reads it and learns they must move to another post the next morning. The next day, they begin their journey. After traveling some distance, they are invited into a house by villagers. While resting inside, the commander notices a huge crater in the ground. An old man explains a bomb once fell there, but luckily, it never exploded. Hearing this, the commander quickly orders everyone to leave because it could still go off any time. Everyone rushes outside safely while the boy plays with village children. Soon, they move forward again. However, on the way, enemy planes attack suddenly. Bombs fall, and chaos spreads everywhere. The vehicle carrying the commander gets hit, and destruction surrounds them. The boy becomes terrified and starts searching for him desperately. He sees bodies everywhere and feels heartbroken. Just then, the commander calls out to him. Both of them see each other and run forward. They hug tightly, feeling deep relief. Soon, they reach their destination and report everything to the generals. The officers feel impressed, seeing such a young boy acting like a true soldier. So the next day, the general honors him with a badge, and everyone cheers proudly as he marches with confidence. Later, battles continue, and the boy keeps helping the soldiers bravely. Over time, he fights many wars alongside them and becomes known as the youngest soldier in history.